Was your goal for 2020 to stick to a financial budget? Yes, it was. And let's face it, sometimes budgeting your money can seem like a restriction on your fun. But it doesn't have to be that way. This morning, Emmett Dupas III, a lead partner at Bienville Capital Group, is here, and he's brought associate partner Dylan Hoon to tell us how we can save money and still treat ourselves. Okay, you know this is me. First of all, welcome back to the show, gentlemen.
Great to be back.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Okay, Emmett, we have to get straight to it. What are some of your tips on how we can, of course, still save money, but also treat ourselves? Because I do it way too much.
Yeah, so you know, we talk all the time about budgeting, right? And so we deal with a lot of retirees, and one of the things that's very important is having a budget, having a plan. You know, we always tell our clients, listen, it's your money, it's not ours, but you're utilizing us for our expertise, right? Yeah. The challenge with budgeting and treating yourself is, you know, there are clients who stay within the guardrails of their own thing. I call it the guardrails, right? You can maneuver through. And there are some that like to splurge, you know, you get to the cash register at a Best Buy or someplace, and you're like, oh, well, there's that impulse buy, right?
That's
you, totally
That's
you.
me.
I've got to have this. Oh, I need that. I need this. And you start looking at the end of the month, and you go, oh, wow, where did it all go?
I know, because they know what they're doing. They'll put the stuff right where you're waiting, you know, in the aisles, and it's like, ooh, this looks great, and I meant to only spend $20, now I'm spending $60.
Or $220, right?
I know. Have you been shopping with me?
No.
I'm like, you are speaking to me.
It's called marketing. That's what they do. That's the whole goal of what they're trying to do. So it's just coming up with a reasonable plan, and again, having some responsibility to yourself, some accountability, like, you know, do I really need this? Do I really need that? And we're not telling consumers and our clients not to spend money on themselves, right? You've got to live your life. You got one life to live, right? So, but you've got to stay within your guardrails, and I think that's the most important part.
And sometimes it's interesting because treating yourself can sometimes really help benefit you. Dylan, tell us an example of how that basically can happen.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know about you, but time's something that I wish I always had more of.
All the time.
And so you can actually use some of your income to buy back some of the time that maybe you lost. So maybe you're working all week, you're here at the studio, you come home, then you got to clean the house, mow the lawn. Have somebody help you do some of those activities out. So you can buy back some of your time and use it to do the things that you really like doing, whether that's spending time with your family or the hobbies that you really like.
So maybe like getting like a housekeeper or something like that? Yeah,
absolutely. Whatever it is, whatever those menial tasks that you can kind of offload to somebody else, you know, look to do something like that.
The pros and cons, I like that.
Yeah.
That is genius. And of course, a lot of people, like myself, it's the little things that can really add up. I want that great cup of coffee from this place every morning, or I want to eat out for lunch every single day. What is your biggest tips on making sure we keep those little things that we sometimes may forget accountable?
You know, there's wants and needs. And I think you've got to differentiate the both between what your needs are, what you actually need to get through your monthly budget, and then there's those wants, right? Those things that we want out there. I think you need to make some sacrifices in looking at your budget and where you're spending your money for the wants. So cutting back, whether it's bringing your lunch to work as opposed to going out, so that you can afford those things that you really want, whether it's the shoes or the movie. You know, there's a psychology of feeling good, right? When you go shopping, you buy some of those things for yourself. Yeah. And we all do need that from time to time. So it's, again, budgeting for those things and doing the little things, whether it's, you know, it's taking the bike to work, it's carpooling, whether it's cutting back on what you're spending, not going out to eat lunch 5 days a week. It's bringing it 2 or 3 days and using that money to buy the things that you really want.
Absolutely,
right?
And one great thing I'm sure is to obviously have a savings account so that if you want to go on that vacation or something like that, that you can kind of pull from that instead of necessarily pulling from just the regular 2-week check we get.
That's correct. Yeah, that's very important. Very
Absolutely,
important.
I completely
It's all about
agree.
planning.
It's all about planning, which I'm trying to get to, I promise. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about as well is, you know, we see it on social media all the time that $101 in our bank account, $100 plane ticket. What is your suggestion on when doing it?
You know, I'm a big traveler. I enjoy traveling.
Yes, you do.
It's actually one of my passions. It's one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy doing. Look, shopping and you know, whether you're budgeting yourself, having a plan of looking at a number of different airlines and looking at prices, but staying within the confines. So like if you're going to do that, you know, you may splurge on the hotel, you may cut back on the airfare, you may splurge on the airfare and cut back on the hotel. I mean, quite honestly, how much time do you spend in the room? Yeah,
that's true. 6
to 8 hours, right? But you're out on, so just, it's all within the confines of what's the budgetary money amount that you've got available. And then, you can't do a trip every month,
That's
right,
true.
Malik? Although you probably want to.
Absolutely, every week if I could, but someone's got to host the show. It happens. And Dylan, I need to know for you personally, what's one thing that you like to splurge on that we shouldn't do all the time, but you like to do it?
I love traveling too. I'm from New York. I live in New York. I like going internationally. Really spending money on those experiences. I think especially being a millennial, that's kind of what people kind of value these days.
Yeah.
Is those experiences. They make memories that really last a lifetime. I like to tell people that spending your time and resources doing the things you love with the people that you love, those are going to be the best investments that you make in life.
And what's great is that they have so many different tips at Bienville Capital Group. Tell us a little bit about Bienville Capital Group, real quick.
Yeah, no problem. It's our firm. We're with, it's our doing business as within Northwestern Mutual. I've been there for now 17 years.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I don't look that old, right?
Not at all.
I'm actually, this June will be 30 years in the investment business for myself. Dylan's been on our team for 9 years, most recently associate partner. Shannon, Kristen, and MJ, a big part of our team as well. So we've got a great team. We help about 120 companies with about 8,000 participants.
Amazing.
And then we help about 250 families in regards to their personal wealth. And I don't know where we are today in regards to the markets, but as of I think it was January 1, we managed about 530 million of client assets.
You all are killing the game. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, as
Thank you.
always.
Yeah,
and both of you,
absolutely.
take
Great
me
to
on
be
your next vacation, please, because I want to go. Look, for more information and great advice on Money Matters, you can contact the folks at Bienville Capital Group. They're located at 111 Veterans Memorial Boulevard, Suite 940. You can also give them a call at 504-620-4801 or log on to bienvillecapitalgroup.com.